Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we were currently thinking about attacking over this way. Now these guys are still going to join them, and we'll see how that ends up going. They're at war right now, and we can see that they currently have about 4,000 units heading down over this direction. Now that's a similar number of forces to what we would have. We have 2 light infantry and 2 light cavalry cohorts. We'll see what ends up going on with this war, and we'll make a determination about whether we want to do that quite shortly here. We're just keeping an eye on this for right now, and I would very much like to get the cash to upgrade this city. That's a relatively high priority at this moment, but that's a ways away. No doubt about that. So all of these guys are grouped together. They're not opposing each other. That looks like that is some opposing forces there. Okay, they're definitely going to lose here, right? It feels like they're going to lose. Although if they keep taking fights like that, that went well for them. And they have this 5k stack here. Wait, who are they allied with? Bardulia. That's these guys. Okay. So maybe they actually win this. If they do, that's a go signal for us. They stack wipe here. I don't want to lose gold. Alas, they stand alone. So what we're really looking for here is things like what just happened. We just saw our allied units get stack wiped there. Now, they have 2,000 more units here. And the question is, what's going to happen here? Now they're down to 1,000 units. So surely they have no manpower. And we're watching this situation here. I want to see them get stack wiped here. Yes, we're rooting for our ally to get stack wiped, believe it or not. Now, I think they're still going to join either way. I think. So we're watching for our ally to get stack wiped here. Hopefully they get caught. We'll see if it happens. They're definitely on the run. Our ally is certainly losing this war. Okay, so they have 2 cohorts here. That's 1,000 troops. Out of curiosity, if we were to look to declare war, yeah, these guys I think are always going to join. These have 14 pops to our 11. We really could use an alliance for this. No doubt about that. So these guys take back their territory and start to push in over here. Washed out roads indeed. That's painful that we have to pay gold for that. Very painful indeed. We would really like to be making gold at this point. So we're keeping an eye on this. We know that these guys are going to get sieged here. Do we think that we can win this on our own? They have slightly more pops than we do. Can we see our pop contribution? 4 pops from Constantania. Okay. That's very interesting indeed. Well, we could give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, so we're at war here. These guys are heavily outclassed. Actually, it's these guys that are heavily outclassed in the war that they are currently in. So we're going to raise up our levies here. Now the question is, do we end up hiring mercs? We're going to head in and see what they've got in here. They've got a 2,000 stack, so that's basically the same. They have a unit of heavy cavalry to our unit of light infantry. Okay. What are the bonuses here? Minus 20% versus heavy cavalry. So we're going to have a hard time dealing with their heavy cavalry, I think. This means that we need a temporary merc force, most likely, to make this happen. That said, note that these guys are not attacking us. They also have better leadership than we do. An alliance offer from Okadia. I accept that for now. Who is that? That's these guys? Can we call them into this war? Not currently. We have 17 reasons not to at this moment. Okay. So if we were to go into here, I'm quite certain that we would end up losing this. It's not giving us a projection, but I'm quite certain that we would lose this. We have similar troop counts, they have slightly better troops, and they have better leadership. They're going to be defending in this Plains area. Plains isn't that big of a deal, but they will be defending there. So that's a potential issue. Where are potential mercenaries? So if we go into our mercenaries, here, 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 here. Okay. So mercenaries are quite spread out here. We'd want to hire, like, perhaps these lads up here. It would cost us 100 gold. And we'd be paying 4.12 in maintenance per month. Now, this is painful, because we will go into debt fairly quickly at that rate. It would actually be somewhere around minus 2 gold per month, so we'd have them for about 7 months. And we'd have to walk them down here, right? That's the painful part here. Are there any that are cheaper? The answer is no. There are, well, actually 3.84 per month. These guys are a bit cheaper. So looking through the actual monthly cost, is 3.84 the best that we've got? 2.62. These guys might be the way to go. We would be barely running a deficit like that. Yeah. Okay. So we would hire in these guys. Now, they've got spearmen, which will counter the heavy cavalry. They've got archers, which will counter their light infantry. And then they've got some light infantry of their own. Now, where are these? Okay, they are up in France. That is a really, really long ways away. That's even further away. Is this sorted by distance? It might be sorted by distance. So where are these guys? That's a ways. I don't know. Maybe we should just go with these guys up here. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's bring these guys in. And, of course, our mercenaries here are going to immediately start walking this direction. Now, they're at low morale. We're going to have to let that build up. And they're currently exiled. Wait, now we can call these guys in? Okay, now we can call in our friends. Okay. Sure. We're going to group up down over here. And the real question is, what is our negative income going to look like? It's going to be a little rough. Minus 1.87. Our allies are here. So we should be able to win this war, right? I think that's very clear at this point. What if we went down here and started sieging this? This would go back. No, I think we want to attack up over here. Okay, so minus 1.87. We could think about cranking up our taxes. That will hurt our research value. And that actually apparently doesn't affect our taxation at all. Okay. That's intriguing. Commerce doesn't help us either. We do have unused trade ports in our capital, and I'm going to enable automatic trading. Okay. So our allies are making their way kind of over here. Are they going to start up a siege here? That would be kind of ideal if they did. We want to unblack flag these mercenaries as quickly as we can. They're not actually making progress on this siege, but that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to walk in here, and now we should easily be victorious here. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Now, our morale isn't perfect. Apparently some of our troops got there a lot faster than the others, and they got stack wiped. That's awkward. And then these guys had no morale. That's very awkward. Well, I definitely expected them to move at about the same pace, but they did not. So we're going to let these guys come back over here, I guess. We don't really have an option. And we're just going to have to turn around as soon as we can and attack here. Now, they're fighting over this way. They're fighting our ally. This is fine. This is actually kind of ideal for us. And we want these guys to go with. So we're going to work up our morale a bit. Morale is our big lack right now, right? My question is timing. 17 January, 21 January will arrive when? 31 January. Okay, so we would not get there in time. We're just going to walk up over this way, and we're going to look to fight them here. I don't know what this timing really looks like, but we can come up over this direction, like so. And this should be pretty free. Now we're moving at the same time. There we go. I'm going to leave our levy here, and I'm going to take our mercs down this direction. Now, our levies are not actually capable of winning this siege at this moment. Offer alliance from Lobotania. That's these guys down here. I accept that. Okay, we're going to head down this direction for right now. Yes, these guys are not doing a great job here. No available levies to be raised. That will need to be worked on. Okay, they don't want to go that direction. That makes a lot of sense. I want to come down over here. Gaining a centralization for 6 gold is not necessarily ideal here. We can't really afford the gold loss. So we're going to walk in down here. And unfortunately, these guys are not making any progress here. I'm going to pop them down to here. Interesting. These guys are walking into us. And these guys are walking in up here, which isn't great. But we're going to fight these guys here and win that. Now we're going to make our way up and around. And we'll retreat here as soon as we can. There we go. And we're just going to make our way up over this way. Oh, this leader's disloyal right now. Yeah, that would make sense. We're out of cash. But as long as he kills this stack, that's what's important. Okay. And he did. So they have no troops remaining. So we're going to attack here. And this is a very awkward war. No doubt about that. And he's just going to kind of run around over here now. We're going to make our way up this direction. Yes, we are in deficit. We can call Lobotania in, though. And we consider that done. So now we really don't need these mercs anymore, and I would love to disband them. And we're going to do that. So we're going to disband those mercenaries. And we're going to work on sieging up here, but we of course make no progress. We're going to have to rely on our allies. Or our troops regenerating here. That's the other option. Our allies come in, though, and they start up this siege. So that seems absolutely fine. I'm completely content to rely on our allies here. And now we're out of deficit and we're making money. So that sounds great. Was that expensive? Yes. But that will also double our territory. We need to keep that in mind. This will double our territory and our number of pops. Now I'm keeping an eye on what happens down here. Looks like that war is now over. So we may be able to get some territory down here as well with our former ally. Cool. So we need to get this siege done, top priority, right? There's no doubt about that. I would like, with our cavalry being stack wiped, they will eventually come back, I think. But that will require some work. Okay, so we're going to get this siege done. That's the top priority right now. Hello, pause menu. What is this event? Oh, okay. Devout, sure. So this siege will wrap up, and then we're going to come down and take this siege. That's going to be the goal. So we're now fully reinforced here in our second levy. I don't know what our actual troop count needed fort garrison is 438 currently. Okay. We'll see what that would end up looking like. But we need to keep in mind, we are, I believe, still at war with these guys. Yes. So I want to take all of this, for the record. I want to get everything here. Is this very awkward? Yes. But this is a timing attack, and overall it seems to have gone reasonably well. These guys are going to be still wiped out for a while yet, so we've got a little time here. We've got a 35% siege up this way, and once this is done, we can end this whenever we want. But we're just going to immediately head down over here and start up a siege of Toledo. Toledo. Cool. So we can see that these guys have 2 stacks here. We immediately stack wipe 1. If we could guarantee that our allies were going to continue this siege, I would go attack this. But we can't guarantee that. So we're going to continue our siege here. And we'll let these guys just kind of run around. They're skill 1. We'll see how this battle goes. Looks like we're winning it. Beautiful. So they're going to retreat. And do they retreat directly into us? That would be amazing if they did. Looks like they're going to get caught here, and that could stack wipe. It does not, though. Okay. So I absolutely think that we just stay here and continue to siege. What is the fort count here? 490? Okay. I don't know if we would get siege progress with our allies. If this works like Europa, you need triple the number of troops in order to get siege progress. And we have 1,000 troops here. So we would have to let that garrison work its way down, right? So that's all well and good. We should have ticking war score on our side now, and indeed we do. But we're just going to continue to siege down here. This is a high priority. Sieges in early Imperator are, of course, extraordinarily slow. There's no doubt about that. But this is going to net us 5 provinces from our original 2. That's going to be a very, very big deal. We can call down an Omen here, and I don't think Discipline is super useful at this moment. We don't have any slaves, as far as I'm aware. The religious tech investment is the passive. So that's all well and good. I think we continue to have our tribesman happiness, to be honest, for the time being. Cool. So we've got ourselves a nice little alliance at this point, and we can use that to take over quite a lot of territory here in Carpetania. We can see that our alliance does not actually include any territory within Carpetania, so that looks absolutely magnificent. So we're at 7% on this siege. Sieges do take a while, no doubt about that. The war started off pretty awkward, but now it's going very well. Mostly due to allies. And the fact that we cleared out a large amount of their troops with our mercenaries, which hopefully we won't have to do in the future. That's very expensive. And we would definitely prefer to put that money into upgrading cities. No doubt about that one. So let's just get this siege done here. How are we doing on troop count? 394? Okay, we're definitely making progress there. Up to 42%. We've found a comet, and apparently we are excited by this. Cool. So our stability goes up. We are up over 50% stability, which is very solid. I do wish that these guys would come in and stack wipe these, and I mean, these will auto-occupy, so I'm not too concerned about that. But we will need to eliminate this force. Hey, there's the siege 1. We're going to come in over here, and hopefully our allies will come with. That's a negative. Are we winning this? That's a negative. Well, that's awkward. Anytime you want to do this, allies, get in there. There we go. So we're going to have this fully capped, and that's absolutely great. So that is, of course, all occupied by us, and at this point we want to sue for peace, and we want to just take all of this territory. That is going to get us 3 aggressive expansion. I don't care about that. Done. So we'll gain some popularity here. That seems good. And now suddenly we are a lot more powerful. So we're going to need to disband our levy once this is done retreating. It is apparently retreating as far as possible, which is very awkward. So we do have somebody who's considering leaving our alliance fold here. That's fine. Okay, now we can disband our levy. Beautiful. We can't raise the levy again for about a year. Noted. So that's fine. We're currently gaining 0.51 gold per month. That's not a lot. A lot of this is to do with our fort maintenance. We should probably turn down our fort maintenance right now. Or just straight up get rid of some of these forts. That's a possibility. And in fact, I'm doing exactly that. So I'm getting rid of these forts here. These are not going to be considered capitals. This is the only one that really needs to be a fort. So that's going to save us a lot of cash. Beautiful. Now the question is, do we want to build tribal settlements? We can't build anything else at this time, really. Maybe? What do tribesmen output? Tribesmen output tax and manpower. Okay, those are definitely two things that we're interested in. So that seems reasonably fine. Now, we can see that these guys have been taken over up here. I definitely want to take over the rest of Carpetania, but we should likely bide our time at this moment. Yeah, this is definitely much better now. 15 political influence or 3,500 manpower. Our cap is 1,700 manpower. I think we'll take the political influence. There we go. Now, I do want to go into our laws here. Let's see here. Government laws. And I want to take a look at our war philosophy. So we're on roving war bands right now. Okay, we would need to boost up our centralization. Noted. Speaking of which, how are we doing on tech? It's not great. I mean, we have basically no citizens. So that's not super shocking. Hypothetically, if we were to attack up over here, who would we be against? Those two. Okay. With our allies, we could likely win that. Very likely. These guys, of course, broke their alliance with us. We knew that they were thinking about doing that. We've still got these guys on our side. And we're reasonably powerful compared to where we were. I do want to start getting some cities upgraded here. That's very expensive. 350 gold. We have 121 right now. So I do think we should probably consider chilling for a while here. Settling Carpetania would be good. However, controlling Carpetania, I think, is something that we absolutely do want. That's probably what we're going to work on first, and then we'll go into Contestania. Developing and supplying Carpetania is definitely something that we want to do as well. So we're going to work our way through the Carpetania portions of this first, I think. We're not really going to move in Contestania here. And it just has to be owned by us. Both of these do. Okay. So that's just own Carpetania there. 3 cities in Carpetania. And then fill up all of the building slots. And then import some food. Okay, that seems easy enough. Nothing too major there. But that is going to certainly require some cash work. No doubt about that. We need like 200 gold over what we have right now, like 215. That's quite a bit of gold, considering we're gaining 2.16. So that's going to be like 100 month ticks, right? Or what is that, like 9 years? That's going to be a pretty lengthy amount of time. We definitely do want to see this treasury increase going up. Now, building some of these things is not a terrible idea now that we have the gold for some of them, other than just the tribal settlements. Mines would be good. Right, so we can only build that in Toledo. That's not a terrible idea. Farming settlements would be good. Are we lacking? We just don't have anywhere to build them. Okay. So it would probably end up being mines into tribal settlements would be what we would be looking for in the hinterlands. So the singular mine would be kind of expensive. The question is, do we want to save up to upgrade our first city first? Or do we want to develop the hinterlands a bit first? That's the real question here. And I don't have an answer for that yet. I'll think about that, but it is time... Actually, yeah, that could be useful. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll see how we want to proceed from here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kintogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.